Stay tuned to this video to find out the 4 stages of speech production. Hey guys, Spencer Coffman here. We are bringing you all of the SpencerCoffman.com blog articles in video format. So thank you for tuning into this video series. I hope you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon to be alerted. Also, you can follow the playlist for the SpencerCoffman.com blog articles that we are making into videos. You can also read all of the blog articles on the SpencerCoffman.com website. So today we are talking about the 4 fundamental properties of spoken language. Here we go. We've got conceptualization, formulation, articulation, and self-monitoring. What in the world? All the Asians and then monitoring. I know, it doesn't matter. It's still 4 properties. What are they? We're going to get into them right now. So, conceptualization. Now remember, this is spoken language. So it has to do with the thought and then words happening. So conceptualization is if you're in conversation with somebody and something is said and then instantly you blurt out your response, your answer, you just start talking. You didn't think about it, it just slipped out. Oftentimes, this is what happens when people say it was a slip of the tongue or the typical Freudian slip. Things just come out. There's really no filter. You didn't think about it, you didn't plan it, you just said it. Oftentimes, this could get you into trouble. It's often in the heat of the moment, but it is the conceptualization. You hear something, bam, it's out, instant. The next one we have is the formulation. So this is pretty close to the conceptualization stage, but it is a little bit more detailed. The reason is because the formulation, you're hearing something and then you have a little bit of time to formulate your answer. So you are thinking, there is some thought in this. Obviously there's thought in everything, but this is more like conscious thought, where someone asks you a question perhaps, and even though it might only take you a second or two, you still think and then plan your answer. You didn't rehearse it or anything, but instead of just blurting out the answer, you put a little thought into it, or your response. If you're in a discussion with somebody, you may be thinking and then responding. Kind of like when you're writing an email, you're thinking about what you're saying and then you're typing it. So it's more of a little bit more thought. You didn't rehearse or write the email 10 times and then send it. You're thinking about it and typing it, and then you're going to hit the send button. So those are the first 2. The next one is articulation. Now this is a little bit more in depth. This is rehearsed. It often is really thought about, such as for a video. You have a script, you've practiced maybe you've done a dry run or a rehearsal, people in a play, or if you have a presentation at work or at school, a speech that you're giving, chances are you've practiced, you've rehearsed it, you've probably written it down, you've said it a few times, and then you are going to go deliver it. So this is more than a conversation. It's an actual something that you have really rehearsed and planned, and now you're presenting. Another thing could be if someone has rehearsed a lie, and then when they get asked the question, they give the lie from rehearsal or from memory rather than just coming up with a spontaneous or an instant lie. All right, the next one, self-monitoring. This is typically a more advanced stage. If we jump back to the email example, formulation, you would be thinking and typing it out. And then the self-monitoring would be when you go back and kind of reread that email, proof it, and reflect on it. Oh, I should put some punctuation here, comma, do this, maybe change these words. That's the self-monitoring. You reflect on whatever you said, and then you correct it. This is also typically done in like debates or lawyers or trial with the rebuttal or cross-examines. Rebuttals or closing arguments, when you reflect on what was said, you kind of summarize it and you bring it back into view so it's the last thing in someone's mind. So if in a long discussion or conversation, maybe you slipped up before, but then in the self-monitoring at the end, you've been thinking about it, you realize you messed something up, rather than pointing out your mess up, you might just state your newer point of view and then get that in the person's head rather than having them focus on the mistake. You get them to focus on what's correct. So self-monitoring is kind of reflecting on it. So there we have it. We've got conceptualization, which is instant reply, formulation, which is thinking, then replying, articulation, which is planning, preparing, then delivering, and self-monitoring, which is kind of reflecting on anything and correcting or enhancing whatever you said. So I hope this helps you out, gives you a little bit more understanding of how our brains work and how we communicate and put speech out there for other people. If so, I'd love to have you comment below. Also subscribe to the channel and then comment saying that you subscribed. And please do me a favor, like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, but I like seeing the numbers on there. It's kind of a cool thing to see when you have a lot of likes on a video. I know it means nothing, but it's pretty cool. Also, click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I post new videos. The bell icon will do that for you. You can click it, and then you will get new updates anytime a video is posted. So I hope you do that. Also, take advantage of the full-length blog article on SpencerCoffman.com. Until next time.